What is collision? When two bodies moving along same direction, or sometimes they may be moving in opposite directions, they approach each other, then exchange of momenta takes place. That phenomenon is known as collision. First, how to define collision? Collision means when two bodies approach each other, whether they may be traveling in same direction or in opposite direction, they approach each other then they exchange their momenta. That phenomenon is known as collision. Here we have two masses m1 and m2. They are moving with velocities u1 and u2 towards positive x direction. After some time, those two masses approach each other, and this is collision. After collision again, they are moving separately with velocities v1 and v2. This is one-dimensional collision. So how collision takes place? If both the masses are moving along the same direction, how collision takes place? Because we have many roads we have one way. Even though all vehicles are going along same direction, how accidents will going on? We can observe so many accidents every day. So both the vehicles are going in the same direction, they collide each other. Because this is one bike is moving with velocity u2 and the first one is moving with velocity u1, but the velocity of the first one is more than the second one, then he may hit the second one. Collision happens. After collision again both will move with different velocities. Or two glass balls are rolling on the ground, they collide each other. After collision again they are rolling with different velocities. And also here nucleus is here. A helium particle approaches the nucleus, or alpha particle approaches the nucleus. Alpha particle means helium nucleus, okay, approaches some heavy nucleus. Both are having positive charges. It cannot come closer to each other. It cannot come in contact because both are positively charged particles. They repel each other, but it will come to the minimum distance and scatters like this. So at the time they exchange their momenta. This is also the example of collision. So collisions are of three types. First one is elastic collision. And second one is inelastic. And the third one is semi-elastic. But here we will discuss about elastic and inelastic collisions only. Okay. If the collision takes place, there is no change in the kinetic energy as well as the momentum before and after the collision. That collision is said to be elastic collision. There is no change. There is no loss of energy at the time of collision. Then that is said to be elastic collision. If there is no loss of energy at the time of collision, means the total kinetic energy before collision should be same as the total kinetic energy after collision, or the total momentum before collision should be same as the total momentum after collision. Then that is said to be elastic collision. In an inelastic collision, always there is loss of some energy at the time of collision. For example, if two objects collide each other, some sound energies, you can hear some sound, sometimes some spark will come out. That means some amount of energy is converted into light energy, some vibration takes place. That means some amount of energy is converted into mechanical energy. Or at the time of collision, The initial kinetic energy may be converted into sound energy, mechanical energy, or heat energy, or light energy. So, whatever it is, some amount of energy is wasted at the time of collision. That's why the total kinetic energy after collision is not same as the total kinetic energy before collision. Then that type of collision is called inelastic collision. I will give you one example. Here a wooden plank is placed here. A bullet is fired into this plank. After firing, after the bullet enters into this plank, both bullet and plank together moves with some initial its velocity. U1 is the velocity, U2 is 0. But after collision, M1 is M2, then M1 plus M2 together moves with velocity V. Both combine and they travel with some common velocity. This is the example of inelastic collision. So, what is elastic collision and what is inelastic and what is semi-elastic? The collision properties lies between elastic and inelastic collisions. Then that type of collisions are called semi-elastic. Here we will discuss only elastic and inelastic collisions.